Hey, what's up Plus Ultra fam? It's me, Plus Ultra Man, and today I am extremely happy to be doing our second Plus Ultra Q&A. Now before we get to it, I just want to go over a few channel updates, concerns, and housekeeping sorts of things. Shouldn't take too long, so please don't skip ahead. But if you do skip ahead, here's a time skip to go to. So with the summer comes my very wonky summer schedule. The way this is currently working is that I'm trying to knock out as many parts to older what ifs as I can, so that I can bring some of these stories to the state where they're caught up with the original story they're based off of. For example, getting the What If Goku joined Raditz series up to the Galactic Patrol arc. That being said, this schedule is subject to change as I look for a summer job that won't absolutely destroy my schedule, so stay tuned for info about schedule changes. Secondly, I'd like to formally request that you guys help me help you to stay informed. There are a lot of ways to do this. Checking the community tab every few days for updates is one. Polls and other things going to go up there. Follow me on my Twitter or Instagram, which both have exclusive content and sneak peeks, is another way. Joining the Discord, which will allow you to better interact with me and the rest of the Plus Ultra fam, is also one. It's also the best place other than the comment section and videos for what if suggestions, so keep that in mind. And finally, you can hit the notification bell. Because of some recent changes that YouTube is making, it's becoming easier and easier for you to lose my content in your subscription feed. So if you don't mind, hitting the notification bell is a great way to support me, and it'll keep you informed and updated with the channel so you don't miss my uploads. Finally, I just want to do with a few frequently asked questions and concerns on the channel. For all those who see a what if that has not been continued in a while and fear I've dropped it, don't worry, I have not dropped it. Unless I flat out say I'm done with the series and the last part of it that I've done, I am not done with that series. Understand that some of these stories can just grow boring if you keep going with them over and over and over and over again, and writer's block is also something I kind of struggle with sometimes. You know, my ideas can grow kind of stale. Those long waiting times between parts are to make sure that I'm making content that you all will enjoy. If I don't like it, there's no way I'm going to release it because I know you guys won't like it. And if you take issue with any of my type of content, like my power levels or something like that, and you'd like to debate me on them, please join me on Discord for a debate. I'd love to debate you there. Discord just streamlines the whole debate process, makes it quicker, faster, easier, and it's a lot more fun. You know, I really enjoy calm, rational, and passionate exchanges of ideas, and I welcome the opportunity to either have my own knowledge on a series improved by listening to somebody else and having my own ideas kind of broken down, or opening someone else's eyes. Thanks for listening to that stuff, guys. And now, on to the Q&A. Oh, and if you skipped ahead with that time code, shame on you. I'm really disappointed. You missed a lot of important stuff. So go back and rewatch it right now. Okay, so first, let's handle some of these questions that go pretty less in depth. They're just really simple answers. No offense to you if your question gets a really quick answer. I just don't want to ramble on about some of these topics because they're pretty simple. Alright, Scotsman4472 and C-May ask really similar questions. Basically, will I ever do any what ifs on non-anime stuff? The answer is I'm willing to try anything you guys really want to see, so it's up to you guys really and truly. Super Savage 789 asks, who are some creators you plan to collaborate with? I do plan on doing like a month of collabs in August, but I'm not really sure who I want to team up with yet. I'm still trying to decide, honestly. One of my Mortal Kombat mains, Johnny Cage, asks, who do you think the UA traitor is? I actually have given my theory on this back in October of 2018 with my entry for Tekken 101's UAinvestigation contest. I actually earned an honorable mention in that video, by the way, so check that video out and the video announcing the winners. Both are linked in the description below. Cole Rainwater asks, is Super Dragon Ball Heroes canon, and could Grand Prix Goku beat Beerus? No, it's not canon, and by all inferable accounts, yes, I'm pretty sure Grand Prix Goku could beat Beerus. Storm asks, what saga is my favorite to theorize on? Assuming he's speaking in terms of Dragon Ball, I'd have to say the Pilaf saga. The earlier change happens in the timeline, the bigger the implications are afterwards, so those are the most fun. Savage Saiyan asks, can Goku, after determined to power, kill Beerus? I'd imagine yes he can, especially now that he's fought and trained with Broly. That said, I'm not sure Beerus dislikes or disdains the idea of training to make sure that Vegeta and Goku stay in line. Tartarus Nord asks, who would win, Stain or Zabuza? It's a fun question, but it'd take way too long for me to give my thoughts in depth here. I'll say Zabuza and ask, would you guys like to see versus videos on the channel? There's an iCard with a poll up top, so go vote. Probably one of my best friends here on YouTube, Dread Trex, asks, if I think I'll ever do any original, more fan-fiction types of stories here on the channel. The answer is quite possibly yes, but they'd be big, grandiose videos, probably hours long and dealing with most of the story, so I wouldn't be doing it in multiple parts. And now we can move on to our longer, more in-depth answers. Doko Doko asks, if your what ifs weren't popular, would you still do them? Simple answer is yes. I really love telling these stories, and I've never been much of a creative writer to write an actual fanfic, so sitting down and just describing a story is a really nice middle ground between those two things. Aside from that, if I only made what ifs to be popular, I'd fall into the same kind of YouTube trap as people who only make videos for money. You start off strong and get frustrated that you aren't making money, or at least aren't making enough. And then you quit right before you start to make the money or the things you really want to do and accomplish. No, I want to tell my stories because I think they're fun ideas and I want to share them with people. Doko also asked a really good question. What is the mission statement of Plus Ultraman in terms of the channel and me, I'm guessing? That one is kind of hard to sum up, but I guess in the same way that All Might is like the symbol of peace and justice, I want to be a symbol of fun and kindness in a way. I want people to be able to watch my videos and relax, or have their minds stimulated and their creative gears kind of turned. I want to make people smile. Terry B01 asks, in My Hero Academia, other than Class 1, who are some characters you want to see more of? Well, the sets of characters I'd really like to see is the parents of the hero students, or maybe heroes from the first generation of quirk holders. We rarely see the point of view of parents in shonen series, and I really want to see what it's like to be raising a kid that's going to live in such a dangerous world like that. I also want to see what it was like to become one of the first heroes in the superhuman society. Dueling Duelist Drew asks, how do you power scale characters from a series that offer no real power scaling built in? That's actually a really fun question, and I think it's a bit more in depth. It varies pretty much from series to series. For example, let's try and determine a power level for, say, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. What I would do is start off by looking at certain criteria or stats like strength, speed, intelligence, and then I think about any powers, abilities, weapons, or forms that Aang might have, like the Avatar state or his glider. And finally, how big a threat the character poses in general. Say for sake of the argument, at the beginning of the series, Aang is a 75 in power level. He only knows airbending, and he isn't the strongest physical fighter, while also not being extremely intelligent. That said, his attacks are shown to be super potent, and the Avatar state could give him a big multiplier to that base. In fact, it should technically be multiplied by the number of past avatars, since that's how the Avatar state works, but for the sake of argument, let's say it'd be a 75 times 100 multiplier. With that done, you just look at the other characters in the series and go through the same progress. The numbers don't really matter since they're unofficial as long as everything is relative. So that 75 can be a 75 million. As long as someone like Azula in the series, who is much stronger than Aang when he's first starting out, is somewhere over him, then it doesn't really matter. Doug's question is, what inspires you to put your all into every video? He also says that he appreciates it, so that really means a lot to me. Thanks, man. There are a few things that inspire me, one of them being the idea of competition. In true shonen rival fashion, I am motivated when I see others work hard, and it makes me want to work even harder than they are. So I can watch the content of people like Masako and Quaman or Smugstick or Broku and Karthu, and I really enjoy their content. I'm a big fan of it, but at the same time, I'm constantly looking at it and studying it and saying, hey, what can I improve based on the things they're doing? Competition is something that really drives me involved, and it's always kind of driven me. Another big motivation is I know people are enjoying my stories and my videos. I have what ifs that are way less popular than others, but I continue them no matter what because there is someone out there who enjoys them. So I really want to make sure that that person, at the end of the day, can have that smile on their face and say, hey, I really enjoyed this story and it got continued. That's a really big motivation for me as well. And finally, and probably my biggest motivator is I have fun. It wouldn't be enjoyable to make this content if I wasn't having fun. And I wouldn't be having fun if I wasn't going all out. That's just what it means to go beyond. Main protagonist asks, how long did it take you to grow your channel? I really should have recorded these milestones a bit more concretely, and I'll probably do that from now on. But I truly started my channel August 25th of 2018 with What If Goku Joined Raditz Part 1. I have an introduction to the channel video, but after that video came out, I didn't really upload anything. So I really and truly count the first part of What If Goku Joined Raditz as my first video. In fact, I'll probably redo that introduction video at some point, just delete it. But after that, on December 22nd, I announced in a video that I'd finally hit 100 subs. I don't think I'd even hit 200 before I released part 1 of What If Goku Later on Planet Namek, which is my first viral video that has over 100,000 views on it. And because of that one, I started to make some really big jumps. That video came out January 29th. So, you know, that's 5 months of time before my channel really made this big blow up. But to me, I've kind of always counted, you know, every sub, every person that'll, you know, share a video, like a video as growth to the channel. That's really growing your channel in my eyes. One of my little brothers here in the Plus Ultra fam, Otaku God J, and Zell asked pretty similar questions. Their basic idea is, how do you find anime? What have you watched lately? And what do you recommend? I've been watching Attack on Titan, Rise of Shield Hero, and One Piece as of late. I'd recommend an anime called Hinomaru Sumo. I think it's a really cool sports anime, and it's about sumo, which is a really like underrated sport in my opinion. And finally, how do I find anime? Usually by recommendation, but sometimes, you know, I can just scroll down Hulu or Funimation or Verve or something like that and just get curious about like a show, and I'll just click on it and I'll watch it. You know, that's kind of how I find a lot of anime. Finally, I'll close out with a group of very similar questions, mostly centered around how and why I became a YouTuber and any tips I have for upcoming YouTubers. Basically, I became a YouTuber because I was like you guys. I was a big fan of Moscow X and Smug Stick and Broku and Mondo Cool, and these guys, you know, who made What Ifs. I really enjoyed their content. At the same time, I had a lot of ideas and suggestions of my own that they couldn't fulfill. It was really just the idea of, if you want something done, do it yourself, you know. I started and I enjoyed making my own stories. As for tips, I have a very simple one that I don't think a lot of people will listen to, but it's probably the best tip I can give. Just do it. If you have any ideas for What Ifs, and you can't seem to get anyone to do them yourself. You may run to the same kind of fake roadblock that I did when I was first starting out about, I can't make a YouTube video, or I don't have the stuff I need to do it, or I can't edit videos. But those are all just excuses. You can sit somewhere quiet and talk into a camera. That's the bare minimum requirement to make a What If on YouTube. You know, this content isn't hard to make. It's hard to make it seem really professional, really cool. You know, you have people who edit their videos really nice, like Carthy or Smug Stick, but at the same time, you don't really have to do that stuff. You have people in the community like Super789 who just kind of make their content and speak into the camera, and they do it, you know, very calmly, and it comes out really nice. I think you have to stop being so scared to just, you know, make your content because you're like, oh, someone might, you know, make fun of me, because, you know, people are gonna make fun of you no matter what. That's one of the saddest, you know, truths of life. People are gonna make fun of you, so you have to do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get made fun of. So do what you want to do if you're gonna get made fun of. Another big tip I have for like starting YouTubers or YouTubers who are like struggling to grow: don't watch your subscriber count. It is the biggest trick to YouTube. Do not watch the subscriber count. The reason I say this is because in terms of like actual objective usefulness to you, the view counts on your video are 10 times more useful. You know, that should also be what makes you like a lot more prideful. You have really big channels who can have huge amounts of subscribers, but they'll only be getting like fractions of those subs a month. Views are what you want to focus on. You know, views are the people who are watching your content, the people who are coming in and, you know, enjoying your stories or your videos week to week. And I think that's the biggest part of being a YouTuber, is making sure you're focusing on your views, not your subscribers. That said, I also want to give some of you guys who are trying to do What If some kind of practical advice. I am still going to do my video on like how to What If, you know, plus Ultraman version. But here's one tip I have for you guys. Try and script all your What Ifs. A scripted What If is the narration. It just seems so much better than a What If where you're just going off the walls and rambling and noticing things that you should be noticing. You know, when you stay focused and read the script and, you know, get everything done, number one, it's going to save you some time on editing, because if you have to ramble and stuff, that's more things to have to put in the video and edit, and that's just going to mess you up. Stay as focused as you can and just read off a script and practice the script. You know, these things really help the video to go smoother and quicker, and it just helps things. It also helps immerse the viewers because there aren't all these stumbles and, you know, mess ups. Like in this video, it's scripted, but it's pretty unscripted at the same time. So, you know, it seems a lot more lively and jovial, but at the same time, it's going to kind of take you guys out of the idea of a story. I'm doing a what if, I'm trying to tell you a story, and I want you to kind of see that story as if you're reading the manga or watching the anime or something like that. That's why I script my videos. But my biggest piece of practical advice is do something that no one else has done. That doesn't mean you can never try other series or other what ifs that other people have done. But doing something that no one else has done, expanding your repertoire, it'll only help you out. You know, think about this. You know, there are tons of Dragon Ball what ifers now in the community, from the super big channels like Broku and Moscow X to really small guys. And you know, in that spectrum, you have to think there are tons of what is being covered all the time. So if you're really trying to get attentive, you're really trying to get people to come watch your stories, try something no one else has done first. You know, try a what if that's not Dragon Ball based, and then later on, once you get that audience that wants to stick with you and see what else you have to say, you know, then you start to branch off into other series. That's how you kind of start this, in my opinion. You know, there aren't many people that are doing Naruto what ifs or Bleach what ifs or even JoJo what ifs, and there are a lot of other series that I think have potential for what ifs that people aren't doing it on. And I think you can really capitalize on being a YouTuber, a what if YouTuber, by trying these series that no one else is trying. You know, I'd really like to do a what if relay where I do what if all Naruto filled was canon, but I don't really have many other Naruto what ifers to do that with. You know, I could contact some of these bigger channels like Swag Kage or Naruto Explained, but there's no guarantee I can really get in contact with those guys and have that conversation, get that done. So it'd be cool if there were other Naruto what ifers out there that, you know, would like to come in and they make really good content, that's really well edited, it's really well, you know, narrated, that I could team up with to get that series done. But I can't because there just aren't enough channels that are doing Naruto what ifs. The best analogy for this I could give is that if you're trying to like open up a restaurant, don't go to the town with 5 burger joints and open up another burger joint. You're not going to get a lot of traffic that way. Maybe a Chinese food place will make a killing. You know, you gotta think outside the box and try some new things that other people aren't trying. But that, plus Ultra Fam, is all the time we have on the second Q&A. Again, thank you guys so much for listening to everything I said in the beginning of the video. Please, you know, go follow me on my social media like Twitter and Instagram, so you can catch these exclusive, you know, little content reveals. I actually have a very, 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 very big sneak peek about something that's going to be coming out very, very soon. Coming out on Twitter. I'll probably post it in about 2 days from this video. It can't be too much longer. And the deal I made with some people in the streams was if we get to, you know, 200 people on Twitter, I'll actually go ahead and do the like little tour of my setup here for streams and recording. You know, so that's kind of another little incentive for that. You know, join the Discord for debates and everything like that. You know, please, you know, listen to that first part of the video and kind of consider everything I've said. I really, really appreciate that, guys. You know, other than that, I'm done. You know, as always, go beyond plus ultra. See you guys later. And yeah.